I hear the frustration in your voice and your appreciation of the complexity here, but I wonder if you think that the Occupy Wall Street protests might help. I mean, if you think about the influence of the Tea Party movement on the Republican Party, the Tea Party movement often had an incoherent and sometimes laughable message, often a self-contradictory message, and they didn't comport themselves in ways that translated directly to political action. Some of them did, a lot of them didn't, but they did really move the Republican Party.
No, there I disagree. I agree with you on the incoherence of the message, but they voted. You say it can help. It can help if people will vote and vote for the people who agree with them. And if they think people don't go far enough, they vote against them and vote for others. But the Tea Party, one of the things we now confront is that the Tea Party is the dominant voice of the Republican Party in the House, not because every Republican agrees with Michelle Bachmann, but because virtually every Republican is afraid of losing a primary to a follower of Michelle Bachmann because of the Tea Party. So I agree with you in terms of your description of what the Tea Party stands for, but they did take political action. They are, unfortunately, I think, but they have the right to do it, and nobody can criticize them for exercising their rights. They're a very powerful force in Republican primaries. They have had an impact because they vote and then they lobby people. And I understand with some of the Wall Street protesters there's a sense that that's somehow bourgeois politics or conventional politics. Well, sitting in the Citicorp isn't going to change votes in Congress. I want to change votes. I want to get a confirmed head of the Independent Consumer Bureau. We fought hard for that. I was very proud to be an ally of Elizabeth Warren in getting that done. I want derivative regulation to be tough. I want there to be a change in the policy whereby the banks and other financial institutions made loans and then sold the whole loan and didn't have to retain any of it. All those are now being fought about. And so I would welcome the allies. But the demonstrations, and the demonstrations are a good thing conducted properly, but that has to lead to political participation or it won't have an effect. Look, as you know, I've been very active in gay rights. I have the 25th anniversary of my coming out coming up. And there was a big gay rights demonstration a couple of years ago around Columbus Day when Congress was out of session. And I thought it was, frankly, a waste of effort. And I said you should instead be going to people in their own districts. And people said, no, we're going to go to the mall and put pressure on Congress. I said all they put pressure on was the grass because they didn't follow it up. Those are good ways to mobilize people. But if there is no follow-up in the kind of political action that the Tea Party engages in, it will dissipate its impact.